What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my third review. So we're doing something a little different. The last two things we reviewed were anime items. This time we're going to look at something that I've been using for toy photography. If you've visited my Instagram page, you'll notice in the past few months I've done some World War II fighters. Today I was in Fayetteville. Well, I live in Fayetteville, but I was in Fayetteville on Yadkin Road, and I visited the Hobbit, one of our local hobby stores. Jonathan and Jay, who work there, they always take really good care of me. I've been shopping at the Hobbit since I was a little kid. I think I first went there in 1985, 84, something like that. Got one of my first RPGs there, which was the Robotech RPG by Palladium Books, and the TMNT RPG by Palladium Books. Needless to say, I've been going there for years. The owner and his wife have always been really nice to me and always taken care of me. I've bought Gundam models there for years. They pretty much specialize in only RPGs and models. They don't really do anime or anime merchandise anymore other than models. They did sell anime years and years ago. There used to be a young girl that worked there named Tia. I believe she's related to the owners. She was super nice. I used to love talking to her. When I was in high school, she was a little older than me, and I would stop by there when I would get my paycheck during the summer when I worked construction. It was the first place I would go after I would cash my check at the bank down the street. And I would blow all my cash on anime on VHS. I think one of the first titles I bought there was either Kimagure Orange Road or Oh My Goddess. That was the American name for it from Animigo. Anyways, I go there on a regular basis every 2 or 3 weeks, and I saw these there today. Strangely enough, I started browsing parts of the store that I have never browsed before, even though I've been shopping there for almost 30 plus years. And I started buying World War II planes a few months ago, and I saw these, and they came up, when I saw them, I instantly had ideas for some toy photography that I plan on doing downtown Fayetteville at Festival Park. It's actually one of my favorite places to shoot here in Fayetteville. But anyways, let's take a look at these. So we have the two different vehicles. They are by Postage. They are the Postage stamp collection, diecast metal historical aircraft. Like I said, I've got a few World War II planes, but these are the first modern aircraft I bought. We have a A-10A Thunderbolt Warthog. Very familiar with this plane. I got to go to many air shows as a kid here in Fayetteville before 9/11, and they closed the base to civilians for the most part. I got to go to many many air shows at the Air Force Base, Pope Air Force Base, before they closed Pope and just turned the airfield into an Army airfield. I actually got to crawl around on one of these as a kid. Kind of fun. And the other vehicle we have is the UH-1C Huey gunship. Growing up, I was always fascinated with Vietnam. And when I saw this, I instantly had ideas for my photo shoots. So let's start with the Warthog. Get out our, get out our trusty pocket knife. So we can open the seal on this. So, okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. So, it's a cool looking little plane. Get the there's tape on it. Sorry, that would probably help to get rid of that, wouldn't it? Let's cut that, and let's cut that. Okay. So, there we go. Toss that to the side. Let's get this bad boy out of here. Are there any twist ties on there? I don't believe so. Okay, good. I just came right out. Popped right out of the bubble. So, and then, of course, the display stand. So, I know there's not a whole lot to these, but there might be other toy photographers that are contemplating buying these based on the quality. Naturally, they are much higher quality than, say, the Johnny Lightning World War II planes, which I've also been buying lately. I may do a review on one of those later. It's hefty. It's got lots of weight to it. It's well detailed. As you can see, you got the missiles and the bombs. You got the minigun on the front. Got the little, I believe if I remember correctly, them telling us that's a sensor or a targeting sensor for the radar. Because in most like fighter jets, I know that the radar is in the nose cone, but the A-10 Warthog has a short nose cone, and also the pilot's seat is right up there, and most of the minigun is up there. So if I remember from the air shows, that little thing hanging down is basically a sensor pod of some sort. If I'm wrong, those of you in Fayetteville, feel free to correct me in the comments. So look at this. Like I said, it's got a good paint scheme. You know, it's well detailed, very well detailed. The photo that I'm planning on doing is over the stream in Festival Park. So there's going to be a lot of setup for that because I'm going to have to get waders and a extra cane and stuff like that, because I can't go wade out in the middle of a stream without a cane, because, you know, if my hip gives out on me, that's why I carry a cane normally. If my hip gave out on me in the stream, like, that would be bad. But yeah, it's going to take a lot of setup. Because, like I said, naturally being out in the middle of a stream, I'm going to need to set everything up before I bring my camera and, you know, take the photos. So, like I said, look at that detail. Like I said, like, oh, sorry, wrong way. Anyways, but yeah, look at that detail. Like, it's just beautiful. Like if you can imagine it flying over the stream, like, you know, maybe just like, you know, banking, you know, if I can figure out a way to make ripples in the water without Photoshop, I need to do it. Because, you know, some people would say, well, I mean, if you're handicapped, why are you going out and getting in a stream? Honestly, so there are special circumstances, but I'm a firm believer that Photoshop is not art. If you're just taking a picture of a toy or an action figure and Photoshopping everything in, that's not art. You are a creator, yes, but that's not art. You know, it's called toy photography is an art form, and, you know, I'm just come out and say it. You need to put the fucking effort in. You know, like I said, there are special circumstances, like naturally if you're doing like a samurai or ninja shot and you need a temple in the background, naturally you're going to have to Photoshop, you know, a Japanese background in. Same thing with a space background, although I am planning on doing a physical photo shoot with a star projector for some Star Trek ships in the near future. So we're going to see how that works out, because I've seen another photographer do it. But my point is, like, unless you absolutely have to do it, if you're not building a diorama or going out and finding a physical location and putting in the effort, you're not an artist. You're a toy photographer, you're a creator, but you're not an artist. Sorry. Plain and simple. Hard facts. If you don't like it, I don't give a shit. Anyways, so let's put this on the stand. Okay. Oh yeah, that's going to be a nice little display piece in my home office as well. So, like I said, let's, you know, head on. Yeah, it's got good detail. Like I said, it's a nice little display piece. Let's zoom in on it. Like I said, okay. Zoom in. All right. That's good without my fingers on it, so you can see what it looks like. Oh yeah, That's beautiful. That's going to make some great toy photography. Okay, so let's look at the Huey now. Okay, let's set that to the side. Ooh, put that there. Okay, so the Huey. Again, like I said, growing up, I was obsessed with Vietnam. The only person that was in the military in my family that actually went to war was my grandfather. He served in World War II. I'm hoping to try to get a photo shoot done tomorrow to honor him because it will be his 100th birthday, even though he has passed away. But nonetheless, you know, I want to do something in homage to him. From what I understand, my father was in the Army Reserves. I don't know much about my father because my parents got divorced at an early age. I'm not going to go into the drama of that. But because I didn't know my father, I only know what my uncle has told me over the years. And from what I understand, he was in the reserve in the 70s and 80s, I think. So, but he did not serve in any combat as far as I know. My father-in-law, on the other hand, was in the 82nd. And he, you know, I've heard a few things. I think he might have done something in a combat situation at one point in South America after the Vietnam War. I don't know much about it, though, so I'm not going to really go into much about that. But I do know that my father-in-law is a pretty cool dude. You know, he always took me. He's always taken me out, you know, shooting and stuff like that. You know, we talk about Army shit all the time. So, anyways, let me see. These twist ties are a pain in the ass. So, all right. Oh, come on. I should have got my snips out, but I didn't think about it. So, but that's not a big deal. There we go. All right. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I am really curious. I don't think it does, but nope, that door does not open. Although there are seats in there. I wonder, you know, I might buy a second one of these and see if that door can be popped off and open. If it can, we may do a second viewing when I do a custom. So, as you can see by the logo on the tail, this was the, was it 101st Armored Cavalry? I believe that's which one it was. Hold on. No, that's 1st Cavalry Division. 101st was the Screaming Eagle. Sorry about that. But yeah, Colonel Hyde would have kicked my ass for that. When I went to Southview, I had a colonel. His name was Colonel George D. Hyde, and the man lied about his age to go to World War II, and he also was in Korea and Vietnam, and he was a member of the 101st Screaming Eagles, and he would have put a boot in my ass for that mistake. So, like I said, let's pop this in. Guess with this popping in, I guess there's not going to be any storing this in the box, as I do sometimes when I take them on photo shoots, so they don't get damaged in the car. But since this is looking like it's going to snap in, that's a tight fit. I don't want to break it, though. Oh, there it goes. Slow and easy, just there we go. So there's a friend of mine. He's the Imperial Grunt. If you want to look up his Instagram, or I think he's on TikTok now. But him and I have constant jokes because he is notorious for opening a new toy and breaking it right out of the box. So we have some jokes about that, but I'm not going to go into that because those are inside jokes, and as watchers, you guys wouldn't get it. So let's take a look. Extremely detailed. Like, this is going to be beautiful for toy photography. You know, just coming down that stream, you know, down in Festival Park, just like that. I've seen some toy photographers that have done photos with World War II planes where they take a piece of clear plastic and make a circle on the front of the plane and, you know, detail it so it looks like the prop is spinning. I'm probably going to have to do something like that with this propeller, because otherwise it's just going to look like a static helicopter sitting there, you know, over top the water. Not hard though. But yeah, look at the missile pods are well detailed. This one's kinked a little bit. I might be able to fix that with a heat gun, hopefully. Like I said, you can see it right there. It is just kinked a little. But nothing so bad that it's, you know, I mean, honestly, the truth of the matter is, if I get a second one of these and those doors, I can get them off, I might do it with this one, since that has a kinked gun pod, because with the door open, it might draw the eye away from that kinked gun pod. So, as you can see, very detailed. The bottom is pretty just basic plain, but a real Huey. It doesn't really have a whole lot on the bottom. You know, that spins. That's cool. This doesn't, you can turn it, but it really doesn't spin loose, which in a way I like, because if I'm going to do a shot and it's sitting like that, like it's flying over the water, and this was loose, this might like fall into that position. And with it like this, I can put it like that, and that way if I get the clear circle and do the detail to it, it'll look like the blade is, yeah, so that'll be beautiful for toy shots. So, but let's see what it looks like on the stand. Oh, very well balanced. I've actually had helicopter toys before that do that. This one does not. It is very well balanced. Yeah. Let's zoom in on it. Look at that detail. That is a beautiful looking little Huey. Like I said, this is going to make some great toy photography shots. Might even be able to use this as a background piece for, you know, if I end up getting some Vietnam soldiers. Right now, I know that Joy Toy out of China has been making Warhammer, and they've started doing World War II, and I think there's some Korean War coming out. I already have some Germans and some American soldiers and some Russians in 1/18 scale. And I would really love if they came out with a Vietnam era soldier. Okay, so let's pop this on the bottom again. Let's be careful so we don't snap off any plastic pegs. Whoa! Whew, that was a little scary. I thought I broke it at first. Okay, there we go. All right. That is kind of cool how it tilts back on the stand. I kind of dig it. So, like I said, it's a beautiful looking little Huey helicopter. Let's zoom in again with it on the stand. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Cool. So, that is the postage stamp collection. Diecast, Warthog, and Huey. So, those hopefully you will see in the near future in one of my photo shoots. You know, I am really digging these. Whoop, that stand is very loose. Gotta keep that in mind. So, anyways, here they are side by side. So these are supposed to be in scale with each other, but I feel like the Warthog is a little bit on the small side. I could be wrong. There are some people that are bigger military enthusiasts than I. If they're not correctly scaled to each other, please let me know in the comments. But like I said, I feel like the Warthog needs to be just a hair bigger. I feel like the seats in the cockpit of the Huey are a bit bigger than the seat of the cockpit of the A10. So even though the boxes say they're supposed to be the same scale, I feel like they are slightly out of scale, maybe. But they're not going to be in a picture together, so that's really not an issue. So these are supposed to be... Ooh, oh, what scale is it supposed to be? Let me... need some light here. I know I saw the scale on here somewhere, and my blind ass can't seem to spot it. Let me see. This has me... Well, if I find the scale, I will... Oh, Oh, okay. So they aren't in scale with each other. I assume that they were in the same scale. I stand corrected. The Huey gunship is 1/87th scale, and the A10 is 1/140th. So, mystery solved. I guess that's about it. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Yay, nay. I really don't care. You guys have a nice night.